Welcome everyone, my name is Nicole and today we have a 30-minute full body class. So whenever you're ready, you may want a couple blocks if that's in your practice. I'll try to offer modifications where I can or so that hopefully you can make this class your own, take breaks when needed. And we will begin standing. So join me here. Let's pay attention to our feet for a moment and maybe raise the toes and just experiment with where we're placing our weight and see if we can place it evenly on all four corners. Drop the toes, draw up, lift tall through the spine, roll the shoulders up and back. And now let's go ahead and begin to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. In through the nose and out. Now you like to bring your hands to heart center, press the palms firmly. And if you'd like to set an intention for class, go ahead. Usually just try to think of one word, maybe let it pop into mind, and then go from there. And then drop the hands, inhale your arms up, overhead, and then hands through prayer, fold through center, knees bent. Use blocks here if you'd like, or your shins. Fold. Inhale, halfway look up. Fold. And then inhale all the way back to standing. And we're going to do that 2 more times. Hands in prayer through center, exhaling. Inhale, halfway look up. Exhale, fold. And then inhale all the way to the top. Last round. Exhale, folding. Inhale, pulling up through the navel, looking forward halfway. Fold. And then inhale, back to the top. And then go ahead and come to the front of your mat if you're not there. Inhale your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway look up. And then we're going to step back into plank. Pause and breathe here for a moment. Pull in and up through the core. Press down firmly through the hands. Always drop the knees if you'd like. And then hugging the elbows into the sides. Lower and all the way down. Inhale, roll the shoulders up onto your back. Lift the hands, baby cobra, no arms. And then lower. Exhale. And then inhale. Clasp my hands behind the back. Roll the shoulders up and back. And then inhale. Lift the chest. Lift the feet. Breathe. Locust. Really sending those toes way back behind you. and then exhale, release. Drop the forehead on your hands for a minute and take a deep breath in your belly. Feel it expand into the floor. And then sigh it out. 2 more. Inhale. Deep breath into your belly. And sigh it out. All right, hands on your shoulders, Toes curled under, press back onto all fours. Arms under your shoulders, knees under your hips, toes curled under. Lift your knees and then send your hips back towards your feet, and then send those hips up high for downward dog. And breathe here. Hands pressing down firmly and away from one another to broaden your collarbones. Knees can be as bent as you want. Just to focus on having those hips high, long sides. All right, from your downward dog, we're gonna raise a left leg to the sky. Try to keep your hips level. Breathe. And then inhale, exhale, knees into navel towards your nose. And then expand, straighten it up to the sky. And then exhale towards left elbow. And then expand high. And towards right elbow, coming across. And raise high. And then exhale, step through center. Place that back foot at an angle. And then inhale into warrior one. So we're trying to turn our torso kind of over our front leg. Take a moment to find your stance and the legs, activating your back glute. Inhale now, the arms up overhead. Get tall, and then clasp behind the back, or come forward with your hands out for more stability. And if you're clasping behind the back, prepare to let the arms, wrist come up overhead, humble warrior. Keep squeezing the legs together, activating. Breathe. And then we're gonna inhale, come back into warrior one. Exhale over our front leg, lift that back heel. Step into plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, baby cobra, no arms, or if you like, upward dog. That's lifting everything except for your hands and feet. And then exhale, roll over your toes. And come back into downward dog. Breathe. Several breaths here. All right, we're gonna raise our right leg high to the sky, trying to keep our hips level. And then knee into navel, come forward some. Exhale, press up, toes to the sky. Come to the right elbow. And then inhale, leg high. Come to the left. Exhale, press back. And then come all the way through center. Step through between your hands. Put that back foot at an angle. And inhale. Come up into warrior one. Find your stance. May need to widen your legs so that you're not on one track, but on two. Or for however, for whatever works best for you. But you can feel like you can stand here And then you can press down through the feet, engage your back glute, inhale the arms up overhead. And then now if you want to come forward and have your hands out in front, or if you would like to bind the hands, roll the shoulders up and back, then begin to come forward, keep your chin lifted until you can't come forward anymore, and then drop the head, let the wrist come up and over, breathe. And then inhale back into warrior one. And then exhale, hands around the front foot. Lift the back heel, step to plank. Exhale, lower. Upward dog or baby cobra. Press back to downward dog. Lift those hips high and take a breath. And then drop the knees, open them wide. Toes touch, and then using your hands, begin to press your hips back towards your heels. Drop your head to the earth on a block. Maybe just like this, if your forehead doesn't comfortably come to the earth. And breathe. And then just go ahead and come up again onto all fours. No, thank you, boo. Go lay down. Okay. Onto all fours with wrists under shoulders and knees under hips, and then go ahead and lift those knees. Press your hips back towards your feet, and then raise your booty to the sky. Downward dog. Keep the knees as bent as you need to. Press down strongly through the hands. Have their hands bright and active. Breathe in and out. And left leg to the sky. And then we're going to open that hip and come in to a boy dog. With those toes towards your right armpits. Still try to keep your shoulders level. And then step through center, to your hands. Open the back foot for warrior two. Inhale, come up. Press down through the hands. Down through the feet. Out through the hands. Look out your middle finger. And breathe. Make sure you can see your front big toe so that the thigh is rolling out, not jutting in. And then reach up and over, reverse warrior. Straighten your front leg as you come up and begin to reach over your front leg. A little bend in that knee. Over, and then hand on a block. Your shin, the floor. Take your right hand to your heart. Roll open, hand to the sky. Triangle. Try to keep drawing your shoulders back. Imagine pressing that top hand into a wall. And then lower the hand around the front foot. Come into plank. And the lower, elbows hugging in, chaturanga to upward dog or baby cobra. Pull through the center, roll over the toes. Downward dog. Breathe. And go ahead and raise your right leg now high to the sky, trying to keep the hips level. Now open your hip, toes begin to reach towards that left armpit. Try to keep your shoulders square and level. Breathe in. And then exhale, knee into navel, step through, turn that back foot out. Inhale your arms up into warrior two. Look out over your middle finger. Right thighs rolling out. Shoulders melting down the back. And then reverse warrior. Turn that palm up and then reach up and over. And then straighten that front leg as you come up. Reach over that front leg. Reach, 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 reach. And when you can't reach anymore, drop your hand on a block, your shin, the floor. Left hand rolls your heart open and then raises to the sky. You can look down if your neck's bothering you. And then come down over that front foot, turn the heel up, step back into plank, and then come into child's pose. Knees open, toes touch, hands still bright and active. Breathing, forehead lowering. And then go ahead and come on up onto all fours. And we're gonna come into pigeon pose here. So I'm just gonna draw my right knee towards my right wrist. And then just begin to shift my hips down, that back foot back. And if you have really tight hips, this pose may feel nicer to sit, to have under this right hip so that you have something a little more supportive. You can stay a little higher and you can breathe at just the right amount of sensation wherever you're at. Try to keep the hips squared towards the short edge of your mat. Breathe in all the places that you feel sensation. If you'd like to add a thigh stretch, you can kick your back heel into your bum, reach around for that foot, and draw it in to your booty, and can stay high or lower back down. Whatever your flavor, we're just trying to find our own level of the right amount of work. And then go ahead and release that back foot if you grabbed for it. And come on up some. And then we're gonna hands under shoulders, roll up. Just pause here for a moment and squeezing the legs together. And then go ahead and let now your hips fall off to the right side. Draw that left leg around and all the way around. So now we're coming into a seated posture. We're going into a seated twist. That's our sit bones evenly sitting tall. Gonna reach our left hand behind us and inhale, raise that right hand all the way to the sky, getting very long. And then on the exhale, we're gonna begin to twist and turn. And we can either hook or just clasp this knee and look over your left shoulder. Think tall on the inhale. And on the exhale, maybe just a little twist deeper. Not forcing anything, just breathing. Now, keeping the twist, turn your head to the right and breathe here for a moment. And then inhale, head back to center, and then go ahead and come undone. Breathe in and out. And then we're going to switch here. So we're gonna come into pigeon with the left leg. So you can either come into all fours or just swing this right leg behind you. Now we're kind of off here to the left and just begin to turn. So now we're in pigeon on the opposite side. If that didn't work for you, just come onto all fours. Draw your knee into your left wrist and then scoochy that leg back behind you. Wherever you are, however you got there, just try to level your hips out, square them towards the short edge of your mat. If you'd like the block, if that felt nice for you, goes under the left hip now for support. Breathe deeply and into any sensations that are arising. If you'd like to come forward, go ahead. If you'd like to do the thigh stretch, kick that back foot in and then reach around. And breathe into new sensations. Otherwise, just sticking with the regular pigeon breathing, that's perfectly fine too. Go ahead and release the back foot if you grab for it. Hands under shoulders. Inhale, squeeze up and pause. Maybe you can lift your hands off. That's how engaged you want to be able to be. And then shift off to the left. Draw that back foot slowly around and keep bringing it around over that front knee. Adjust your seat so you're sitting evenly, sitting tall, breathing. And then we're gonna right hand behind us. Inhale, left hand to the sky. Exhale, twist and either hook this knee and open, or you can just grab it and look over your right shoulder and think tall on the inhale and twist on the exhale. And then keeping the twist, just turn your head to look to the left. Breathe. And then head back to center. The rest of you, go ahead and come undone. Spread the legs long out in front of you now. Flex the feet strongly. Toes are flaring as much as you can. Seats even. And then knees can be bent as much as they need to be, with the main emphasis on keeping a long spine as we move forward. And then we've gotten as much length forward as you can. Either stay here and breathe, or if you'd like to go ahead now and drop the head. And then inhale up and prepare to lay onto our backs. And from here, we are gonna do a happy baby. So go ahead and grab outside edges of your feet or calves. Draw your knees down towards the outside of your torso. Roll around if it feels nice. And then go ahead and release. And draw everything into a little ball. Squeeze your muscles tight. Hold your breath. And when you can't hold it any longer, release out into Shavasana, our final resting pose. Feet roll out, palms turn up, shoulders roll under slightly. But really just find whatever position is going to be the most comfortable for you so that you can completely let go, integrate your practice. Please stay in your Shavasana shape, and I will sit and hold space for you for the next several minutes, and I will guide you out. And if you'd like to come out, and wiggle your fingers and your toes and roll to your right side and take a deep breath. And then using your hands, go ahead and push yourself back to a seated position. Thank you for practicing with me. I hope it was lovely. May you have a beautiful week, day. The light within me sees and recognizes the light within you.